Canto 7, The Union Through Knowledge. Sri Krishna said, O Arjuna, with the consciousness fully absorbed, when in me a firm foundation is resolved, your every doubt will be answered and cleared, and the undiluted knowledge from me you will hear. That science of union to you I shall explain, that which by engaging in yoga one can attain, that undiluted knowledge after which doubts won't persist, that knowledge beyond which nothing does exist. Among the thousands of men who seek perfection and the many thousands who strive in this aspiration, the self's realization by hardly one is one, and my entire truth is known to only that rarest one. The elements, earth, fire, water, ether and air, and the senses, mind, reason and ego are there, functioning as the eightfold divisions of mine. On all beings, they are impositions nature tries to assign. But these divisions, eightfold, are still inferior. For my energies that become life force are superior. O mighty armed warrior, know you must and behold, only a fraction of my forces all material beings hold. Know these two types of energies to be mine, manifested in all living things of my creation divine. For I am the creator of this creation, and it is also I who am its destruction. O Arjuna, there is naught that exists beyond me, for nothing can more supreme be. For all existence, I am the connecting seed, like the thread linking the pearl necklaces, every bead. In the flavor and taste of the waters, it is I. O Arjuna, I am the light of the sun and moon in the sky. The primordial word of Genesis, I am Om, the Vedic sound, the manhood in man, and in ether's subsonic element, I am found. On the earth, I am the purest original fragrance, and for the fire that burns, I am its heat and radiance. I am the vitality that nourishes all beings living. I strengthen the ascetic who is ascesis performing. Know me to be the seed of all lives, eternal. O Arjuna, my truth is for you to conceive. I am the wisdom in the awakened intellectual, and it is my radiance that the illumined receive. I am the strength of the mighty and strong, devoid of attachment and passion. O Arjuna, I am the energy of procreation. I am the dharma's desire that is not wrong. All modes of ignorance, passion or goodness, it is from me that they have manifested from. Even though they all exist within my oneness, I exist not in their outer form. By these three modes, man bewildered goes, and the truth of my divinity he never knows. For when one is hoodwinked by the three, my supreme imperishable existence he can never see. This is Maya, the illusion divine that engulfs every creation of mine. Crossing over beyond the veil can very hard be, but only by surpassing it can one approach me. The foolish and evil do not attain me, for in their bewilderment the truth they do not see. Disillusioned by Maya, they resort to base means, governed by the lower nature of the demonic realms. Amongst the pure ones who their devotion offer, fourfold are the ones who to me surrender. The suffering, the seekers of the greater good, the knowledge seekers and devotees, by whom I am understood. Amongst them is the knower who is in divine union. With a single-minded devotion, he engages in my communion. And to that wise knower, I am most dear. To me too, he is most beloved and near. All these beings are most definitely worthy, but amongst them, I consider him most noteworthy, who seeks my union as his life's ultimate ambition, for he dwells in the awakened self's condition. After many successive births can this fortune arise, when the divine is perceived through the mortal's eyes. Very rare and blessed indeed is that seeking soul who experiences the divine's omniscience as a whole. By various outer desires, many seekers are misled, who to fulfill their desires seek a personal Godhead, and the demigods by conditions and rules they bind, arbitrarily based upon the nature of their mind. Whatever form of mine that the devotees choose, their devotion towards me I do not refuse. I ensure that their confidence remains firm, and their faith in their desired forms I only affirm. Enthused with this faith, his devotion he pursues, and a force in his worship I then infuse. Even though through faith objects he seeks, when fulfilled, they are my fruits that he keeps. But these fruits are temporary and do not last long, for their founding reasons are petty and not strong. Whichever demigod they worship, that demigod they obtain. But my devotees come to me, and my oneness they attain. The minds ignorant and small consider me the unmanifest, who am limited and finite, and cannot wholly manifest, for they know not the truth of my being immutable. I am the supreme, most perfect, and imperishable. To all beings I am not revealed, for behind Maya's veil I am concealed. This world is hoodwinked and bewildered. About my immortal truth it hasn't pondered. O Arjuna, the past, present, and the future of every existence I know for sure. Though I know equally about every living one, with the knowledge of my existence, there is none. In likes and dislikes, they are lost in desire's illusion. By the dualities of aversion and dislike, they are deluded, and from truth's gnosis they are excluded. O Arjuna, bewildered is every living creation. But those virtuous men who are from sin freed, who have given up their every material need, steadfastly they believe in my overlordship and engage devotedly in my worship. Seeking my refuge, those beings who to me bow, and from cyclic births and deaths they seek release, they experience Brahma's knowledge and peace, and the integral knowledge of divine karma they know, recognizing me to be the Supreme Living One, the primordial master and receiver of sacrifices of every one. At the critical moment of death, when they are aware of me, they attain a merger and unite into my ethereal sea. Thus ended the 7th canto of the Bhagavad Gita, where Sri Krishna parted the knowledge by which a being can attain a complete union with the divine.